my manga collection. Yay! So this is going to be a little bit of a tour of my manga collection. So just a few things before I start. So technically I've been reading manga since I was in middle school. I started out with, I don't remember what my first manga was, probably something like Cardcaptor Sakura, or if Shugeyugi was, or Inuyasha maybe. And this was way back in the time when manga was flipped, like kind of like the manga boom in the US. So that's when I started reading manga. And then when I was in college, I went through a bit of a phase where I was like, I don't like anime anymore because I thought I was too cool for it or something. So I got rid of a lot of it. So there's a lot of stuff that I didn't have anymore, I got rid of, but a few things I did hang on to. So this is like my recent manga collection. There are a few relics from the past, but, and I'll go through those. I think I've been like really actively collecting manga for, I don't know, maybe about the past year or two, but it's always something, oh no, definitely more than that. Probably the past 3 years or something, but in the past year, I've just like really gotten into it. So this is going to be my manga collection. It's not super huge. It's like just one of these shelves, but I'll go through everything and give you, I guess, little tidbits about it. And yeah, I do have a bookshelf organizing video where you can see me kind of like move this all around and make it look nice like it is now, besides the rather than the like hot mess it was before. Let's just go ahead and look at what I've got. I have volumes 1 through 4 of the Sailor Moon Eternal edition. Even though I've been a Sailor Moon fan for a really long time, this is the first Sailor Moon manga I've ever had, and the first time I ever read the Sailor Moon manga, so that is fun. Next up, we have volumes 1 through 3 of the reprinted special edition collector's edition of Cardcaptor Sakura by Clamp. Cardcaptor Sakura is my favorite manga series, pretty much of all time. Is one of my first, so seeing that they released these versions was super amazing. Apparently there is a new translation in it too, so that is fun. To be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed in these versions of them. It's kind of like just a cute, like a nice cover, and that's it. There's not a lot of color pages or anything like extra really special about it, besides just like the nicer cover or the hardcover. So but still, I love Cardcaptor Sakura, so I will get it. I'm just a little bit behind right now. Next up, I have volumes 1 through 10 of Fruits Basket by Natsuki Takaya. This is actually the first time I read Fruits Basket. It's not something that is like nostalgic for me. I started reading for the first time last year, and I'm continuing it with it right now. I'm currently on volume 4. So far, I really like it. I had some sort of weird prejudice against Fruits Basket when I was younger. I don't know why, but I'm really liking it so far. So next up, I have volumes 1 through 7 of the Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle Omnibus. Here is volume 7. I have these stacked up because they're so big and there's so many of them that they have to be stacked one on top of each other. I read Tsubasa a little bit when I was in high school. My friend had it, so I borrowed a few volumes of it, but I mostly read Holic instead of Tsubasa. But my aforementioned love of Cardcaptor Sakura has my Sakura and Shaoran shipping brain very excited for this. I've read most of this. I think I'm like 3 volumes behind of what I own or something like that. I have to revisit it, but it's very confusing, but I also like it. The next shelf is what I like to call my Clamp shelf. So first off, we have the first volume of RG Veda by Clamp. I have started this series, but I need to restart it. You can see my little bookmark there. There's a lot in here and I was very confused the first time I was reading it, so I need to revisit it again, maybe when I have a little bit more time to concentrate on it. But this is like their first published work, so very interesting to read this. Next up I have volumes 1 and volumes 2 of Angelic Lair by Clamp. This is like a shonen battle manga and it's super cute and super fun. I had a really good time reading this and definitely recommend it to like fans of Clamp stuff. I think it's one of their better ones. Next up I have volume 1 omnibus of Chobits, also by Clamp. So Chobits is something that I was very aware of as a young weeb, as I like to say, but I never read it or saw the anime at that time. So I finally read the first omnibus, I don't know, a year or two ago, and don't really like it. It's very like ecchi, and I'm really not into that. It seems very out of character for Clamp. I am trying to read everything, so I do need to finish this series. I'm having trouble locating the second omnibus because I think it is out of print. These are the, yeah, this is the Dark Horse one. I think there's a collector's edition out now, so they don't print this anymore, so I have to make a decision on whether I want to buy the second one secondhand or get the collector's edition. Next up is Wish, also by Clamp. This is another omnibus. It's a short series. It's only 4 volumes, so it's collected into this giant boy here. And I haven't read this yet, but I'm excited to. I actually bought this a long time ago, and I feel bad that I haven't read it yet, so I really need to do that. Next, we have Volume 1 omnibus of Magic Knight Rayearth, or the first half of the series. There's one more omnibus that I think is also out of print because there's a collector's edition out, so I need to decide what version I want, if I want to try to find the second omnibus or what have you. But I really like Magic Knight Rayearth, cool magical girls in a fantasy setting, lots of like girl power and friendship, and I really enjoy it. Can't wait to read the rest of it. Up here I have volumes 1 through 4 of Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card in Japanese. So I bought these because I wanted to practice my Japanese, and guess what happened? I didn't practice my Japanese. So yeah, so these are the Japanese versions. Would really like to try to read these someday, but we will have to see. I really like the way Japanese manga is. It's very thin, and the covers are really flimsy, but I really like that. I like the way it feels. Seems really easy to read versus the US ones. Next up we have Cardcaptor Sakura, the original Tokyo. These are not the original Tokyo Pop printings, these are the special edition Tokyo Pop printings. So they did something stupid and split it up into 2 halves. So this is Cardcaptor Sakura, the first half of the manga, and then when you get after volume 6, you get these, which is, ooh, that is falling all over the place. Cardcaptor Sakura, Master of the Cloud, volume 1 through 6. So that is annoying. But these Master of the Cloud ones, some of these are some of my original manga that I've had since I was a kid. My friend and I actually collected this series together, so I had about half of it and she had the other half. The Master of the Cloud one, we didn't have any of the original series, but we were familiar with the anime, so reading just like the second half of it was fine, I guess, and we just kind of took whatever we could get our hands on. Do not recommend kind of buying series with your friend, especially if you don't stay friends forever, because then you only have half of a series. But since then, I have made it my mission to collect all of these volumes. They are nostalgic for me, so that is why I do it. This volume 5 here runs for a lot of money sometimes online, but I did find it for a pretty cheap price on Half Price Books, so that was nice. And I'm only missing volume 6, where I've seen it around online, I just haven't purchased it yet, so I just need to do that so I can complete my Cardcaptor Sakura original Tokyo Pop collection. Also, why Tokyo Pop? Just why? Next up, I have volumes 1 and 3 of Ski. This is also by Clamp. I'm kind of making my mission to read everything by Clamp, so that's why I have this and why I have volumes 1 and 3 and not volume 2. I found this in a discounted manga sale at an anime convention, so I picked it up because I feel like this is one of the lesser known ones, so it's probably rarer. So I wanted to just get it because I saw it and I might not see it again. So then I have volumes 1 through 6 of Tokyo Babylon, and these are all out of order on my shelves, so that is fun. But Tokyo Babylon, this is coming out with an anime next year. I think in April they just announced it, so I need to be reading Tokyo Babylon. I actually found volumes 1 through 5 at the discount bookstore around me, the secondhand bookstore near me, and then found the last volume I needed at volume 7 at an anime convention. That is good. Hopefully I'm going to be reading this in the beginning of 2021 so I can be prepared for the anime that is being released. Next up, I have volumes 1 through 3 of Legal Drug, a series whose publication very much confuses me. I still haven't figured out what, I know Legal Drug was on hiatus for a long time, and then they brought it back, but now there's Drug and Drop, and I don't know if that's the same thing or if it's a sequel. I don't know what's going on, and if somebody could explain it to me, please, because I don't understand. I read this in college, and then didn't remember anything about it, and then purchased it again later. So yeah, Legal Drug, I read the first 2 volumes of it. I really don't have much of an opinion on this. It's kind of weird, but maybe once I read volume 3 and then Drug and Drop, then I will feel better about it. Then I have volumes 1 through 4 of Gate 7 by Clamp. This is a series that I've only read the first 2 of, and it's super weird and super confusing. Lots of Japanese historical figures in it that I don't know, so there's that. The art in this is gorgeous, but it is one of their unfinished series, so I have lots of questions and I know they're never going to be answered. Also, Dark Horse, like Tokyo Pop. Why? Why have you done this? Please, like, you're the same publisher, like, please. Next up, I have volumes 1 and 2 of Kenga Banto Otome, which is a super cute kind of like girl goes undercover in a boys' school type of thing. It's based off of a fighting game, and there's also an anime for it. It's just a 2-volume series, and it's really cute and really fun, and I also very much like this boy. Next up, I have volumes 1 through 11 of Hanakimi. So this is also one of my original manga collection items. Also another one where my friends and I were kind of collecting it together. In high school, we would like trade volumes and stuff like that. We had the hardest time trying to find volume 9. We couldn't find it anywhere for the longest time, and I finally got this a few years ago. This is one of my favorite mangas of all time. Super cute, kind of like girl goes undercover in a all-boys school. Really, really love it. I have about half of the series. I have volumes 1 through 11. There are 22 or 23, I can't remember, but I have about half the series. I really love it. I have read the whole series because of my aforementioned friend, but it's a classic. I love it. Amazing. Next up, we have volumes 1 through 3 of Aoharu Ride by Iyosaki Saka. This is a very famous series. I feel like everybody who reads shoujo manga knows Aoharu Ride and has read Aoharu Ride and owns Aoharu Ride, but I just recently picked up all for the last few volumes of it. This is really good, like dramatic high school romance series. Really great. I love it and excited to finish it up. And I think this is the first, no, it's not the first completed one on here, but yeah, really like this series. Next up, we have more Iyosaki Saka. I have volumes 1 through 3 of Love Me, Love Me Not. I have not read this yet, but I have heard good things, so I'm excited to see the rest of it, or not the rest of it, to read it just because of the good things I heard about it. Then I have volumes 1 through 3 of Strobe Edge, also by Iyosaki Saka. I've read these 3, really, really like it. Super cute high school romance with like kind of no bad characters, which is good. Like, I mean, in their actions, there's nobody who you really hate, and that's kind of the point of it. But really good. Can't wait to read the rest. I think there are 10 volumes in this, so still got a bit of a ways to go. Waiting for Spring by Anna Sheen. This is one of my top favorite mangas of all time right now. We have volumes 1 through 13. There's one more volume coming out, I think, next year that will finish up the series. But I love this high school romance with a basketball subplot. It's so good. Like, I love it so much. It's so cute. Everybody please read Waiting for Spring. Split up between this shelf and the next one, we have volumes 1 through 6 of Hatsuharu. This is another high school romance shoujo manga. Super cute. The main character is a dude, so that is something that's a little bit different. It's really funny and one of my new favorites, and I can't wait to finish it up. I think the last volume still has to come out, but it's going to come out soon, and I just can't wait to get the rest of it because I absolutely love this series so much. So there is the rest of Hatsuharu. Then we have volumes 1 through 8 of Honey So Sweet. This series is complete, and it is the sweetest series ever. Like, it's so cute. I really love it. Like, I absolutely fell in love with it. I have a whole video on this series. It's really cute and definitely a favorite. And next we have volumes 1 through 6 of Honey Hunt. This is by Miki Aihara. This is a series that I read a long time ago, but really liked. Not because it's particularly amazing, but because it's about, like, the Japanese entertainment industry, and there's lots of idols in it, and they're idols that are very obviously based off of Johnny's idols, who are specific type of idol in Japan that I am a very big fan of, so I really like it for that. This series only has 6 volumes, but it is incomplete, and it has been on hiatus for years and years and years, so I don't think it's going to, like, be finished. Next up, we have volumes 1 through 5 of Sand Chronicles. This is a really emotional series. I've read the first few volumes of this and really like it. Can't wait to finish what I've got and get the rest of it. Very emotional, kind of jumps through time a bit, but really enjoying it. And then we have volumes 1 and 2 of Shortcake Cake. I don't really know how I feel about this. I've kind of put it on the back burner for deciding if I want to finish reading it, finish collecting it. I'm not 100% sure or sold on this series, but we've got it. Next up, we have volumes 1 through 3 of Horimiya. This is a really cute series that I like a lot. I think technically it is a shonen series, but you know, it's got lots of themes that are found in shoujo manga, but this is really cute. I think it's really long, so I'm very behind on it since I only have 3 volumes. It has a live action coming out, I think, or it has a live action. It's also getting an anime next year too, so that's exciting. And then we have volume 1 of Kimi ni Todoke. This is one of my top 3 favorite manga series of all time, and I only have volume 1, so, you know, do with that as what you will. I have read the whole thing though, but I only own the physical copy for the first one. But like, the epitome of sweet shoujo high school romance. It's so good. I love it so much. And then we have volumes 1 through 8 and then volume 10 of Snow White with the Red Hair. This is a series I talk about literally all the time, so I don't need to talk about it that much. The reason I don't have volume 9 is because I went manga shopping the other day and didn't realize I didn't have volume 9, so just bought volume 10. So that's why that's like that. I'll correct that very soon. Then we have volumes 1 through 3 of The Demon Prince of Momichi House. This series recently finished up, but I've only got the first 3 volumes. Haven't started it yet, but excited to do so. Then we have volumes 1 and 2 of Kiss of the Rose Princess, which is written by the same person as Demon Prince of Momichi House, but did not realize that until somebody pointed it out in a video where I hauled them. So, and then we have volumes 1 through 3 of Prince Freya. I feel like if you pick any video on my channel, you can hear me talk about Prince Freya. It's amazing. Please read it. It's great. I can't wait for the rest of it to come out. It's so good. Then we have volumes 1 through 3 of Witch Hat Atelier. This is kind of a different series than what I normally get. It's like a fantasy series. I'm not really sure. I know it's really good, but I just don't know if it's something I want to continue to collect, so I've just stopped at volumes 1 through 3, and I'll decide at a later date if I want to collect the rest of it, but for right now I'm fine with volumes 1 through 3. Next up, I have volumes 1 and 2 of Something's Wrong With Us. This is like a josei murder mystery type thing, and I just bought this the other day and I'm really excited to read it. Looks super cool. There's like murder and romance, and that is an A+ combo for me. Next up, we have Kiss Me at the Stroke of Midnight, volume 1. This is the only one I have. I really kind of liked this. There's a weird thing in here, a little bit of an ecchi side to it, but I think I've heard that that kind of subsides later in the series, and a little bit of a questionable age gap. But it's really cute. I just haven't seen this in my bookstore like since I purchased it like so long ago, so I'm having trouble finding the rest of them. I could probably buy them online, but you know. Next, I have volume 1 of Fushigi Bakyo Senki. This is a spin-off of Fushigi Yugi by Yu Watase. This is really good, but it is the only volume of this that exists because the series is on hiatus, so there's only one volume, and I'm very sad because cliffhanger. But also Fushigi Yugi is amazing and I love that universe and I need to get more of it. Next up, I have volumes 1 through 4 of Millennium Snow. I just picked up 3 and 4 the other day. I bought the first 2 in a discount manga sale at a anime convention, and it was only 4 volumes, so I didn't think I'd have a hard time collecting it, but I do have 2 different versions of it. I think volumes 3 and 4 are definitely a reprinting because you can see the difference between like the font in Millennium Snow. Also, you can tell the difference between the color of the pages. You can tell these are old, and then also the covers are different. So we have these kind of like classic covers, and then volumes 3 and 4 are these type of covers where they're like super pretty pastel. So I definitely prefer these volumes to this one, but this is what I've got. But it definitely seems like it's a reprinting. I don't know the history of this, but this is Bisco Hattori is the same mangaka as Ouran High School Host Club, and I feel like Millennium Snow was probably printed first, and then Host Club got really popular, so they reprinted Millennium Snow because the mangaka was popular. That's what I think happened. This one is out of order, but I have volumes 1 through 3 of Love and Focus. This is a 3-volume series, so this is the whole thing. Cute high school romance boarding school photography focused series. Really cute, really enjoyed it. Then I have I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. This is the manga version of this. I think this was originally a light novel, then it was a movie, and now is a manga. And I did not enjoy the manga as much as I enjoyed the movie. I don't know if that's because I knew the twist at the end of the story because I saw the movie first, or just because everybody looks super plain in the manga. I don't know. But I mean, this is okay. It's pretty dramatic and emotional. So yeah. Next, I have volumes 1 and 2 of SP Baby. This is a josei manga. It's only 2 volumes, so this is the whole series, and it's pretty cute. It's not my super favorite, but I did have a good time reading it. So then I have volumes 1 through 3 of The Golden Sheep. This is a 3-volume series, so this is all there is. These are also out of order. Everybody who likes things in order probably hates me for this, but I have not read this one yet, but I am excited to do so in the future. Then I have volumes 1 through 4 of Our Dreams at Dusk. This is an LGBTQ+ manga. Really good, super emotional, cried a bunch at the end. It is only 4 volumes, so this is the whole series. Then I have volumes 1 through 12 of Yona of the Dawn. I really don't need to talk about this series because I feel like literally everyone knows what Yona of the Dawn is. I talk about it all the time. So yeah, I love this series though. Then I have volumes 1 through 3 of My Hero Academia. I really like this anime. The manga is really good too, but I'm not going to be collecting any more of this manga. It's just too long. It's going to be too long. There's no end in sight right now, and it's very long. I have the Shonen Jump app, so I just read new chapters on that like every once in a while they build up, because I don't like reading one chapter at a time. But yeah, I really like My Hero Academia. These 3 volumes were a gift, so I'm keeping them. And then next up, this one is super random, but this is volume 1 of the Gundam Wing manga. And so, story about this. I bought this volume of manga at my very first anime convention when I was in like 8th grade. My friend and I went, my dad took us, and it was, I feel like my world opened up, that my whole new life started. So I was really obsessed with this series. I don't remember like anything about Gundam Wing now, but this manga is signed by one of the voice actors for it, is the voice actor for Duo Maxwell, Scott McNeil. My friend and I bought these so that, like, she bought volume 2 and I bought volume 1 so that he could sign them. And embarrassing, but I used to go by Sakura in high school, or my friend called me that, because I was a giant weeb, like real bad, in middle school. So yeah, but this is the signature in it, and he put a little quote from Duo on there and his Scott McNeil's autograph, and I'm just like, I don't know, I don't think I'll ever get rid of this because it's signed and it's a good memory of my very first anime convention ever. And like, also when I got an autograph from him, he was just like in the lobby and I recognized him, and there were like a bunch of people around there too, but yeah, it was very informal. I was just like, oh hey, that's Scott McNeil, signed my manga. So yeah. And then we have volume 1 of the Fangirl manga. So this is an adaptation of a novel, so it is not Japanese, it's just done in manga format. And Fangirl is one of my favorite books of all time. It's a book that means a lot to me, and I love Rainbow Rowell, so the manga is just important to me. And oh, was that, oh, look at Simon and Baz. Look at them. I barely looked at this. I haven't read this yet, but oh, look at them. Okay, yeah. So I'm very excited that they put this in manga format. Also, Sam Mags is pretty cool too. And then finally, down on the last shelf, we have volumes 1 and then 3 through 17 of The Prince of Tennis. And in high school, I was a giant Prince of Tennis fan. Like the musicals, like the anime, the live action movie, like everything. Prince of Tennis was like my jam. I wrote fan fiction, I drew really bad fan art, but the Prince of Tennis, I cosplayed from it. Prince of Tennis was like everything in high school. So yeah, I swear I have volume 3, but it has gone volume 2, it has gone missing from my collection. I don't know what happened to it. I've moved several times. This is some of my original manga from high school. I just never wanted to get rid of this because I have so much of it. This is not even the whole series. There's, I think, somewhere between 20 and 40 volumes. But yeah, I don't know what happened to volume 2. I think I lost it in a move at some point. I moved several times since then. But also, fun fact, volume 6 is misprinted because it has the same side image as volume 5. So it's supposed to be a different image, but so they had to reprint volume 6 because they messed it up. And then finally on here I have volumes 1 through 6 of Scott Pilgrim. And I know this is not manga, but it's in manga format, and Scott Pilgrim is really good. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is one of my most favorite movies of all times, and the comics are super fun and super good, way better than the movie too, but the movie is just like really cool visually. But yeah, Scott Pilgrim, amazing. And that is my manga collection. So it's not super huge and amazing, but I really like it, and I know it's going to grow a lot from this because Black Friday is next week and I am excited for some manga deals. So I'm probably gonna buy a bunch of manga next week, and then my birthday is also the week after, or like a week and a half after that, and then it's Christmas. So I'm expecting to get like some manga or maybe some Barnes & Noble gift cards. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm expecting it's going to grow a lot. I'm going to need some new space. I am figuring that out. So yeah, but yeah, that's my manga collection. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about anything that I have or anything about my collection. I have several videos on like where I buy manga and stuff like that, so I'll link those in the description. They'll also be in the end screen at the end, so you can just go and click that once you reach the end of this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more manga goodness like this. And yeah, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get notified right when I upload a new video. That is all I've got for you guys today. I'm Christy Lou. Till next time, mata ne!